Congratulations! You're now driving simply the world's best truck, a Kenworth. Whether you're the proud new owner, an operator, or just along for the ride, we've created this videotape to introduce you to the Kenworth family and to highlight some important features on your truck to help you take safe advantage of your new Kenworth, as well as just plain thank you for choosing a Kenworth. Since its beginning in the 1920s, Kenworth has built its reputation as a leader in the industry by being committed to quality, safety, reliability, and customer satisfaction. It started with designs to meet the rugged demands of the Pacific Northwest and expanded to meet the needs of a wide range of emerging industries on a worldwide scale. The idea of providing a custom truck required innovations, and Kenworth has always led the way, starting with the first diesel engine installed in an American truck. Then went on to pioneer the cab-over design, the first use of extruded aluminum frame rails, and the first one-piece fiberglass tilting hood, as well as the pioneering work in aerodynamics that led to the industry's first truly aerodynamic tractor, the T600A. And this legacy of innovation continues at the Packard Technical Center, where Kenworth engineers are not only designing the future of trucking, but testing those designs for durability, productivity, and safety. Since the first Kenworth rolled off the assembly line in 1923, a lot has changed, but not Kenworth's commitment to quality, innovation, and providing a safe, profitable truck. Now, let's take a look at some of the important safety features of our three tractors, using the popular aerodynamic T600 as an example, keeping in mind that much of the information is common to cab-over models as well. In the glove compartment, you'll find a package, which includes your operator's manual, a complimentary copy of the Truck Driver's Handbook from the ATA, and a Kenworth dealer directory. A lot of what we'll cover in this videotape is also contained in the operator's manual, but you should carefully read the manual as it covers additional material that is extremely important to the safe and profitable operation of your new Kenworth. Let's take a look at an extremely basic feature, one that you'll use every day, the cab entrance system. This Kenworth design is far from a casual placement of handrails and steps. It's engineered for your safety. The steps are skid resistant as well as self-cleaning, and the steps themselves and the handrail are designed to give you both the maximum leverage and stability. As you can see, the driver always faces the cab and uses a method called the three-point entry system. It's a simple idea based on the stability of a tripod. Out of the 4 limbs, 2 hands and 2 feet you have available for climbing, always keep 3 of them in contact with the truck while you move the 4th. And if you're carrying items into or out of the cab, place them on the floor or some other accessible location before you enter or exit. Notice the driver always has 3 points of contact with the truck. This gives him a stable foundation. Not using this method can lead to accidents and injuries. The same idea applies to getting out of the cab. Don't ever just jump down. Use the 3-point method for both entering and exiting the cab. Once you're in the truck, now is the right time to adjust that seat, because once the truck is moving, an accidental over-adjustment of the seat could cause you to lose control of the truck. And I'm fairly sure there aren't many drivers who don't understand the importance of shoulder belts, both for themselves and their passengers. But here are some points that some people miss. The seat belt goes low across your pelvis, not up across your stomach. The shoulder restraint will not fully protect you if you place it under your arm. Don't let the shoulder restraint cross a pocket with glasses or pens. A twisted belt or shoulder harness not only reduces the effectiveness of the harness, but could cause an injury if there were an accident. And a seat belt or shoulder restraint that's too loose can do little to protect you. A common excuse for a loose shoulder harness is that on rough roads it gradually cinches up. Well, Kenworth installs comfort locks on its restraint systems, so they won't cinch. Just find a comfortable but safe tension for your shoulder harness, then flip the comfort lock latch into the up position. This gives you the tension you need for safety, but won't let the restraints cinch up. When you hit smoother road, flip the latch back into the down position. If the truck is in motion, sleeper restraints are just as important as seat belts if there's someone riding back there. They latch and unlatch just like the seat belt. And although there is a door on some sleepers, it's for emergencies only, not as a regular entrance or exit. As you can see, there are no exterior grab bars or steps. Now, let's take a look at our cab-over model. The Kenworth K100E is known throughout the industry as the standard for heavy-duty cab-over trucks. The concept behind the three-point entry system is exactly the same, but there are additional grab bars over the door and at the side for your safety. Notice how he always keeps 3 points of contact with the cab as he enters, especially how he uses the grab bar over the door. Most trailers nowadays are being manufactured so that the air and power hookups are accessible from the ground. But if you must climb on the rear of the truck, make sure you have the proper safety equipment installed, including steps, grab bar, and a deck platform. The steps, grab bar, and skid-resistant deck allow you to use the same three-point safety concept to climb safely. Without all three components, the method can't be used. Do not use other surfaces like the fuel tank as steps, or other parts of the truck like the air deflectors as grab points. They weren't designed for this purpose. Inside the cab over, the safety restraint system is similar to the conventional for the seats. But you'll notice that the safety restraint system for the sleeper runs from the floor to the ceiling. This restraint system is not designed to be used for the upper bunk. Do not let a passenger use the upper bunk when the truck is moving. For example, if the truck were moving down the road at 55 miles per hour, a passenger weighing 150 pounds would have the equivalent kinetic energy of about a stick of TNT. If the truck were to stop suddenly, all that energy would be concentrated at the point where the passenger lands. That goes the same for an object that isn't secured. This VCR TV unit weighs a bit less than a passenger, so it only has the kinetic energy equivalent to about a quarter stick of TNT when the truck is going 55. And while we're securing things, don't forget that the top bunk is not secured unless you use the buckle and strap. It may appear to stay up, but unless you buckle it in place, it may fold down unexpectedly, possibly hitting a person sitting on the bottom bunk. Your Kenworth was designed to help you run a safe and profitable operation. All the profit you make, however, could go down the drain in a moment of carelessness or ignorance. So please, take the time to read the operator's manual. It could save you money, like here, where it points out the proper operation of the clutch and clutch brake. Or reading the manual could save your life, like here, where it describes how to manually release the parking spring brakes and the important safeguards to follow. Since the founding of the company more than 7 decades ago, Kenworths have always been custom manufactured to meet the specifications of your business in utility, profitability, and safety. On the safety side of the equation, your Kenworth dealer can custom order and install additional devices or equipment that can even further improve your margin of safety and be tailored specifically for your application. These are just a few. Ask your dealer about others. On the profitability side of the equation is Kenworth quality. Kenworths are manufactured worldwide. In North America, in Seattle, Washington, Chillicothe, Ohio, or St. Therese, Quebec in Canada, also in Mexicali, Mexico. In Australia, Kenworths are manufactured in Bayswater, Victoria. All our plants manufacture products of exceptional quality, and that claim is backed up by one of the finest warranties in the business, the Kenworth Warranty Agreement. This warranty agreement is an important document that sets up a legal agreement between the owner, Kenworth, and your Kenworth dealer. It's a short, straightforward document without a lot of fine print, but it's important that you understand its terms. If you have any further questions about the warranty agreement, your Kenworth dealer will be happy to answer them for you. Besides Kenworth quality, another big part of profitability is your part in maintaining the vehicle in the best possible operating condition. So let's take a few minutes and go over a few points relating to preventive maintenance. The first thing is, never try to repair or adjust any part of the truck that you're not familiar with or don't have the right tools for. If you have any doubts, leave the job to a trained expert at your Kenworth dealer. Next, besides your basic daily vehicle inspections and the required DOT inspections, the operator's manual outlines 4 levels of maintenance required to keep your Kenworth providing the maximum return on your investment. Make sure you follow and complete the inspections and service items every 6,000, 12,000, 25,000, and 100,000 miles. Remember, your engine and other pieces of equipment have their own maintenance schedules as well. Talk to your Kenworth dealer about setting up regular service visits that can save you money over the life of your truck. After all, who knows more about your truck than your Kenworth dealer? Besides the listed inspections, you should always be making common sense inspections. Since you depend on your Kenworth for a living, keep an eye on it and keep little problems from becoming big ones. Always look and listen for rattles and spills. If something changes, find out why. Now, every preventive maintenance schedule requires some under-the-hood inspections, and we've included some safety tips about the hoods of both basic models. Let's start with the T600. The rear of the hood is held down by simple latches on either side of the truck. Unlatch both of them first. Check to see if people and objects are clear, grab the KW emblem with one hand, and lean back slightly to tilt the hood forward. Bring it gently forward to the full open position. Once the hood is open, always attach the safety cable to the hook on the hood. The safety cable on the W900 is similar. It prevents the hood from accidentally closing. Since the hood on a cab over is the cab itself, the first step is to make sure there are no loose objects in the cab or sleeper. Always remove your tools, chains, and other objects from the storage compartment before raising the cab. Always make sure the truck is on a level surface. The parking brake is set, the shifter is in neutral, and the doors are closed. If you plan to use the air assist feature on the cab tilt pump, make sure there's plenty of air in the tanks. And keep in mind that the cab tilt pump system is a high-pressure hydraulic system. Any repairs to it should be made by a trained, qualified technician. Before you start jacking the cab over, check to see if people and objects are clear of its path. This includes overhead obstructions as well. If you have a CB mast, remember, it may add to the area you need to clear. Move the control valve handle to the up position. Then either insert the lever and start pumping, or push the button on the cab tilt pump to use the air assist to start tilting the cab forward. Keep tilting until the safety bar engages. Then you can keep the cab in this position or continue pumping to the full open position. After the cab reaches its center point, gravity will take over and the cab will continue to open at a controlled rate. You can now safely work in the engine compartment. Never get under the cab without making sure that the safety latch is engaged. To lower the cab, we reverse the process. Start by moving the pump lever to the down position. Engage the pump enough so pressure is taken off the safety bar, and hold the bar up as you pump until the cab moves past the locking position. If you try and pump while the bar is in place, you could damage the cab. If you're pumping by hand, you can stop as the cab passes over center and descends on its own. If you're using air assist, keep pushing the button. After the cab touches down, keep the pump valve in the down position for about 20 seconds. Then check to see if the cab latch hook is fully engaged. This is what the hook looks like when it's engaged. Never try and drive with the tilt lock not fully engaged. Finally, move the pump valve to the lock or center position. Never try and use the pump to force the hook to engage. Refer to the operator's manual for more details on this procedure. If you have any questions about the operation, maintenance, or safety features of your new Kenworth, your Kenworth dealer will be happy to help. The dealer directory that you'll find in the glove compartment has a list of the U.S. and Canadian Kenworth dealers, their phone numbers, addresses, and hours. There's also a brief description of their services. Whether it be service, sales, or parts, your Kenworth dealer is ready and willing to assist you. Every Kenworth dealer has access to a microfiche file, which is a complete record of the parts list for your particular truck. And if you prefer, for a nominal fee, you can also order your own personal copy of that parts list in the illustrated or non-illustrated version, as well as a customized Kenworth shop manual. It's all part of the value you receive when you purchase a Kenworth. Welcome to the Kenworth family, and thank you for buying the world's best truck. Your new AeroCab is a prime example of Kenworth's ongoing commitment to build the highest quality truck on the road today. It has a rich heritage, the standard-setting T600A and the advanced T600B. And there are features common to all three models. But make no mistake, the AeroCab is a new and improved product. Significant changes have been made to make your life on the road more pleasant and more productive. In this video, we'd like to suggest ways you can get the most out of the many new features found in the AeroCab. The new reclinable seats are popular with drivers, and they're easy to use if you follow these steps. First, make sure the sleeper curtain is tied back securely. Next, raise the seat all the way up. Then the seat will tilt back and completely clear the closet door behind. Always drive and ride with your seat back upright and the seat belt snugly fastened to reduce the risk of serious injury that could be caused by sliding under the seat belts in a collision. To improve passenger side visibility, the new daylight doors have a larger peeper window. To remove the inner glass for cleaning, first pull the retaining plug and ease the glass out of the gasket. It's best to pry the rubber back with a non-metallic object that won't chip the glass. Once the glass has been cleaned, it will be easier to reinstall if the rubber is lubricated first. Liquid soap works well for this. To prevent leaks, make sure the glass is securely seated in the gasket on all sides. When the truck is on the road and the bunk is in use, the restraint should always be fastened. The AeroCab restraints are easy to use, much like a seat belt. When the upper bunk is not in use, it should be securely latched in an upright position. Make sure the latch is fully engaged and holding tight. Remember, the upper bunk is not designed for use while the vehicle is in motion. The cabinet doors are also new, and they're easy to open. Just pull the latch to the side. When you're through using the cabinets, keep the doors latched so they won't come open when the truck is moving. The new cup holder is conveniently located next to the bunk. It opens easily and it adjusts to hold different sized cups and bottles. On the other side of the sleeper, the tabletop folds down from the cabinet door. Depress the metal catch inside the door and lower the table, making sure the side support is engaged. When it's not in use, keep the top secured in the door and make sure the door latch is fastened. The optional TV installation package is above the table area. It includes wiring and an adjustable strap that loops around the set to hold it in place. Make sure the strap is pulled tight and holds the set securely. Below the TV and table, the AeroCab has a compressor-driven refrigerator. Indicator lights on the dash and control panel will remind you to turn it off when the truck isn't running. Because it has a freezer compartment, it will need occasional defrosting. Consult the instruction manual for details. Also, be sure to keep the door locked when you're underway. The easiest way to close the new curtain is to first fasten the straps to the hook in the ceiling. That will put tension on the curtain and make it easier to zip all the way up. The primary lighting source in the sleeper is a new overhead fluorescent fixture that's been specially designed for vehicular use. And it's filtered to prevent interference with radios or TV. We've shown you just a few of the many new AeroCab features. Please read the operator's manual, and if you have questions, ask your dealer. We've made many improvements to create a more functional and comfortable driving environment, all to help you do a better job. Enjoy your new AeroCab. You're driving the world's best.